Stupid, stupid. Stupid.
Welcome back, gang. It's your boy Fade. You already know what it is. Shout out to the gang, man. Shout out to the chat. We had a really good stream this morning. We had a surprise interrogation that I did not think was gonna be great, but it was really funny and really good. Make sure you guys check that out. It had the kid from Empire. We had the kid from Empire, his interrogation tape from the early morning stream. And yeah, man, that shit was hilarious. Dude was coked up allegedly the whole time, in my opinion, and was just saying the most off the wall stuff, man. The chat was going crazy. It definitely was a good stream this morning. So shout out everybody who was there this morning, man. And today, this afternoon, looks like we got a case from Stranger Crimes, the interrogation of Tim Parlin. Um, guess he's a serial killer, and they caught him up. So we'll kind of get into the deets, see how that's going, see how that's working. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, shout out to everybody who helped us today. We were definitely on the verge of 4,000 views. We might hit it this stream. You know what I mean? 4,000 subs. I mean, we could possibly hit it this stream. You know what I mean? We've definitely gained 120 subs in a stream before. So if we don't, we'll definitely get it tomorrow. But I'm hoping we get it tonight. To be honest with you, I want to see that 4,000. Um, Definitely 40% of the way there to our goal of 10,000 subs, man, is exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. Shout out to all the people who super chatted this morning and sent gifts. You know what I mean? Definitely, definitely helps out the channel. Remember, guys, if you like what we do here, think about our memberships. They start at 99 cents a month. They give you access to a lot of cool perks, and it definitely helps the channel out and gives you a lot of bang for your buck in terms of donating. So, with that being said, man, let's get into our first video today, the interrogation of Tim Parlin over there from Stranger Crimes. Shout out their YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go over there and like and sub to them as well. Let's go.
Is Tim Parlin, a man with a history of burglaries specializing in jewelry theft. He had supposedly turned his life around after a long stint in prison, but his job as a handyman became the perfect cover to resume his life of crime. On December 6, 2014, Kathy Blair's son returned home in the early hours of the morning to find his mother brutally murdered. When the police arrived, it became evident from the scene that this was a burglary gone wrong and that Blair had not gone down without a fight. Frustratingly, no clues were immediately available. 9 days later, a home nurse arrived to check on her patients, Sydney and Billy Shelton. The front door had been damaged, and when she went inside, she found the couple in their bedroom murdered. It followed the same pattern as the murder of Kathy Blair. Following tips from the neighbors, the detectives eventually set their sights on Parlin.
Okay. So, all right, so it looks like Parlin was using his trust as a handyman and Not sure. I don't know what's going on with the Watts case. I'm not Amber Benner. I haven't looked into the Watts case, so I don't have much thoughts on it as of right now. I don't have any much knowledge to it, so you know what I mean. I don't really have an opinion, just because I wouldn't want to say something that I don't know anything about. But welcome to the chat, and I hope you have a good time hanging out with us today. Shout out Amber.
Like we were just talking about, you got picked up for this traffic violation, all right? So since you got brought down here against your will, before we can talk, I got to read you your rights.
Okay.
That's just the rule of how it is, even though you're not under arrest for anything that I'm investigating.
You didn't read me my rights the other day.
Well, that's because you weren't under arrest.
Okay.
So now you're.
Shout out Chevy, man. Welcome to the chat. Whenever a member shows up, man, make sure you guys show them a lot of love. Appreciate you stopping by, Chevy. Definitely give them some warm embraces in the chat, man. Thank you so much.
You've been arrested for this traffic violation, so it changes things. That's the difference.
Well, we hope that that's going to get fixed pretty quickly because that is not how.
Okay, we can discuss all that. So you have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all. And any statement you make may be used against you and probably will be used against you at your trial. You understand that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you've had all this.
Oh, yes.
Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you in court. You understand that?
Come on, guys. Double tap them screens. Let's get them likes up so we can have a great stream, man. It really helps out the channel, so definitely hit that like button.
Yes.
You have the right to
Hey, Michael, welcome in. Good evening.
have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any questioning. Understand?
Okay.
If you're unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any questioning.
Okay.
And you have the right to terminate this interview at any time.
Okay.
Understand that?
Okay.
So, any questions about any of those?
No.
Basically, you're in charge. Okay, you talk as long as you want to, and then.
Well, I need to know why come you didn't just let me know that you thought I could maybe help somehow.
Well, here's the thing. We went over to talk to your wife because we hadn't had a chance to talk to her before.
Okay.
And so we caught her there. It was just she was there. And
Yeah, we had just got back from lunch.
Oh, okay. So we talked to her, and she gave us consent to search in the
Right.
apartment.
We're always going to cooperate
Right,
with
sure.
you. Sure.
And you have been really cooperative, you know, with the band and everything like that. So
And I would hope she's the same way. So she.
Oh yeah, she was totally cooperative, very, very helpful with us and everything. So
Was there something that you were looking for in there?
This is the first of several occasions where Parlin tries to fish for information to determine what evidence they have against him.
well, yeah, you understand that we're looking at what we're investigating, right? We talked
Not
to you about it the other day.
really.
We're investigating a murder that
Yeah,
happened.
I don't know anything about it. I don't really understand what you're messing with me for about
Sure.
it. But
Well, like we kind of explained the other day, is that we went to talk to everybody who
right.
had anything to do with her, and that
Yeah, I
includes
never knew her. So
gardeners and people who did work on her house and her landlord and her ex-husband and every other kind of person you could think of that we might
Right.
talk to, and we
well,
just
yeah,
worked
that
our
would
way
make sense.
and we worked our way down the list till we got to you. Okay, so that's why we made contact that first time stuff. So I went to follow up on that as well because when we talked the first time, your wife was not feeling well. She was asleep and everything. And,
Yeah, she
and you
was.
asked us not to bother, so we didn't bother.
She
so-
works chaotic hours.
Yeah,
she
so-
works 4 in the morning until in the afternoon.
Right.
So that kind of schedule, she doesn't get the proper. Well, she's to get up at 3 in the morning. So usually she'll nap in the afternoon.
Right.
If she, she feels up to it, we'll do a little something. So today we had lunch, and then I presume she probably was asleep. Whatever y'all.
Yeah, I don't know. She didn't say. I think she was changing clothes or something like that. Maybe
Okay.
by the time we got there. So of course we went in and checked the place. So there's a few things I'm concerned about. Maybe you can kind of help me out.
Yeah, if you tell me what they are, I'll
So
gladly help
one
you.
thing, there's a lot of women's jewelry there. So tell me about why there's a lot.
Was
of
it in
women's
a
jewelry. Was
book? inside a book?
That's one place. Yeah.
Okay, I only have a couple of jewelry pieces. I'm wearing one, and I have an alternate that I wear that's a Mother Teresa
Right.
medallion. I wear sometimes, not very often.
Stupid.
My boy is out here. They found all this old lady woman jewelry in his house. And now he gonna try to pitch that is his jewelry. I can already feel it. That's the shit he got from robbing those people's houses, though. Remember, when he went to jail, before he got out of jail, he went to jail the first time for being a burglar, but he got caught. So now I think when he's burglarizing these houses, he's killing the people, thinking no witness, they can't catch me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just like Mother Teresa. She was a good person, and she tried to always do for others.
Sure.
So I like to sometimes, I actually got that.
Boy, if
A serial killer rocking Mother Teresa chains, bro. The irony, right? What the fuck? You can't write this shit.
From a vendor, for a fair price.
Hey, David, welcome to the chat, my boy. Appreciate the subscription.
You
And
got what?
the Mother of Teresa medallion.
Oh, the Mother Teresa, the one you're wearing, you mean?
No, it was in the
Oh, it was in the thing. Okay.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think of that you would have found is a Bible, or it's actually a book. But when you open it, it's not a book. It's a container,
Right.
and it's just junk stuff that I let the kiddos randomly play with or pick through.
Right.
And it's very old. There's nothing, like I would gladly let you do whatever you got to do
Right.
with it.
So how did you come across that stuff?
I have collected it for a long time. When I was in 1993, they had stuff here they had to give back to me. They did whatever they wanted to do with it. I've always been a little collector of coins or stones or little junkyard garage sale stuff.
Parlin is hardly an innocent collector with
Hey, Corey, welcome to the chat, my boy. Appreciate you stopping by.
magpie tastes. He has a long history of jewelry theft.
Right.
If you can get it for 50 cents or $1 or $2, the kiddos will play with it if nothing else. I've got 4 grandbabies.
Right.
And then, like, sometimes for a birthday, if you don't have, if you can't afford a good birthday present, then you can give them something out of the junk box. That's just a junk box. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. I want you gotten on our radar. I want to get you off our radar
Yeah,
as quickly as I possibly can.
I don't understand.
But I'm going to be straight up forward with you because I try to be as straightforward with people.
We should always be that way. That's the best way.
So, and that is that you're someone that we're definitely looking at in association with this murder that occurred. Okay.
You actually think that I did a murder?
Well, I'm not saying that.
Boy, if
He out here trying to act, right? He out here trying to act.
You did a murder. What I'm saying is you're someone we definitely have to look at and we have to do everything we can to try to get you off. So this is where it's real important, okay? So you have some association with.
Hey, YL, man, appreciate the subscription. Welcome to the chat. Guys, make sure you're double tapping them screens. We're pretty thick in here, man. So let's get the chat chatting and them likes up, please. Appreciate you all.
With her, and you may not remember it, okay, with Kathy Blair. Okay.
I don't think I ever met her. I don't think I ever saw her.
Do you know anyone else who's been murdered?
Hey, Craig. I think it's the lighting, but yeah, they white as hell, man. They like a piece of paper white. That shit's hilarious.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
No, I mean, you're the first enlightenment of anything at all, and you didn't do anything but just briefly mention her name. And the only thing I was trying to do was I was trying to put together my records because they got one of my briefcases when they stole the van.
Mm-hmm.
And it had I usually have a notepad of some type.
Right.
And several pens, and I keep notes as to what day I worked, what work I performed, who owes me for the work, like that. Phone number to contact, who it is.
Well, welcome in, Tara. You in the best place to be. We're the fastest growing true crime community on YouTube. What we like to do here is we watch interrogation footage. We discuss the case with the chat. We also try to guess what's going on, read the psychology into these criminals, and kind of learn from dumb mistakes of people to realize maybe we shouldn't hurt or do crime because we don't want to go to jail. But all in all, we just have a good time, man. It's a little true crime mixed with some comedy and some, some personal stories over here. And that's kind of what we do. So if you like what we do, definitely subscribe.
Is what do they want done? And that information may be in some of the paperwork that y'all probably found in the room.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
look, I
only
found another
thing.
briefcase, and I didn't see any paperwork.
I think
Okay.
that's an older one. That's very old. Was it like a Samsonite one, like a real old school? Yeah, that has legal stuff in it. And
So, one thing that we did was, and we had talked about how this this murder that we're investigating,
Right.
okay, is a murder that happened on the 5th, okay, the 5th or the 6th, okay, it's the night of. So we talked about maybe what you might have been doing, or
Hey, Jen, welcome to the chat. JM Franklin, my boy, welcome back. We like when the subs come back for the live streams. Shandy, how's it going? Tim, this is interrogation footage of a serial killer named Tim Parlin. They're bringing him in for questioning because witnesses identified him at the scene of 2 different murder burglary situations where 3 senior citizens got killed between both houses.
if you had been working, and you said you thought maybe you may have been working that day. So,
or I was with my wife, one or the other.
So we went to your work.
I think I was still employed there at that
Yeah,
time.
and you weren't employed, and you weren't working during that week. So
Did he say what day it was he actually let me go from there?
yeah,
I think I was on
the
the
last
schedule.
day you worked there was let me see,
I know I was there Thanksgiving Day for sure.
12/2.
The detectives have already tracked Parlin's movements during the days leading up to and after the murder to rule out any potential alibi.
12/2.
12/2.
Stupid.
And that would have been
That would have been the end of that week's schedule right there.
that would have been a Saturday or a Sunday, 12/2.
Probably.
And this day that this thing happened is on a what day? On the 5th, and what day
It was
of
5th.
the
5th is a
week?
Friday. 5th and 6th.
You trying to play so dumb, bro. You guilty as hell.
So it would have been on a
That's
Friday.
Saturday. Friday night, Saturday morning.
Oh, golly. She usually works early. We usually go to bed early,
Right.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. She's usually 8. When she goes in at 3:30, 4 in the morning, usually we're in bed by 8 o'clock. Or, around, I think what we do is we put on wrestling or whatever show it is that she wants to watch, Criminal Minds or whatever, and we fall asleep to that.
Right. So
This tape was from 2014. I think the murders were from the same year as well.
tell me your cell phone number again. And we found another cell phone inside the house.
Hey, Jesse, welcome in, my boy.
It's one of those Obama phones. It's one of those.
Okay, it's about, do you know what the phone number is for that?
Yeah, I do. I never use it hardly.
Okay.
Because of the work, not being able to predict a whole month of our finance in advance, we pay our room, which is $300 a week, and we weren't sure if we could both keep phones.
Right.
So I got that phone approximately. I don't know. One got stolen when the van got stolen. I had one in there. So I just called them up, and it's a
They
give me
transferred
phone.
the phone number.
Yeah, it's one of those they give it to you and give you 200 minutes a month.
Cricket
and,
phone.
it's free. It's
Right.
a free phone
Oh,
from
the
government.
Obama phone one.
Yeah, it's a free phone. Now my Cricket, we're just not sure how long we're going to be able to keep it because of the bill for it.
Right,
We can't
right.
afford it.
Right.
And hers is a little higher because she has all the apps
Hey, Dominic, welcome to the chat.
and everything
Oh,
on
right.
there, the internet or whatever. Her
Right,
bill's
right.
more expensive.
Right.
And we just, as a matter of fact, today actually just stopped in there after lunch to get, you have to renew, if you have cricket, you have to get it changed over by January 1.
Right.
I think they call it migrating, something like that. So we had the old phones, and so we had to get them turned over to new phones, and we just did that today. I don't.
All right, off top, I already know dude is guilty. I mean, just because he got too many details that the cop don't even give a fuck about. He asked you, where was you at these days when the murder happened? He said, oh, I think I was working then. He said, then the cop replies, no, I talked to your boss. You had already got fired when this shit happened. Like a week before this shit started happening. And then he was like, oh, yeah, Obama phones. My van got stolen. We fall asleep. Like, he's just giving details about nothing that has to do with nothing. So, number one red flag of guilt. Pretty sure once he starts putting pressure on him, he's going to start defacing the character of his victims like all the murderers do.
I don't think there's anything I can think of about this thing that you're looking at in question. I just can't. I mean, I was willing to let
me ask you this. I mean, because I'll ask
Amber, Connor, welcome to the chat.
some specific things. I mean,
do whatever you need to do.
Yeah. So one of the things, and we talked about the jewelry and stuff. So
It's
I
all,
noticed,
yeah.
I noticed you pawn a lot of jewelry as well. So where does that come
Not a
from?
lot, just a little bit. What I do is, and she's actually been with me several times. I stop at garage sales and I'll get silver or gold broken. And I save a little bit of it until I have them, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, $80 worth, and then I'll actually sell it, not pawn it.
Mhm.
I buy it and sell it. But not very often, not all the time, is because people are in a crunch for money. There's not a lot of it available. So, I mean, like I have a coin, if you look at my wallet, they took it. I have a coin that I bought. It's a 1895, I think it is.
Mhm.
And I
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
He got no valuable coins and shit. He ain't doing none of this buying and selling the gold, bro. He's fucking robbing old ladies for the jewelry. That's what he does. That's his hustle.
like I dabble in trinketry, is what I call it. Trinkets, just dabble in it. I don't have no secular interest to have a lot of it or anything like that. I just sometimes, if it comes available and I could afford it and I could make money off of it, I would get it.
Sure. So one thing as part of our investigation that we're going to do, all of the jewelry we found there.
It's all junk.
Yeah,
It's all
we
garage sale
seized the
stuff.
jewelry and we're going to do
I
some
would like
investigation on it. But once the
will
investigation's
know.
done, we'll get that stuff back to you.
Okay, now what about the knives y'all already took?
It's all
Okay,
part of the investigation.
Are they ruled out already, or
No, all this stuff takes a while. The stuff that we do, it takes a while. So we have to. It takes us.
Yeah, because I was
So
really
unfortunately, nothing is
concerned about that,
really fast, and that's part of what the deal is that we are, sometimes we're waiting on information to come. We can't just wait.
Hey Jenna, welcome to the chat. Exactly, Tara. I mean, damn, they was getting taxed out for their room too. $300 a week for a room in 2014. You could get an apartment for like $1,200 a month back then. It wasn't like today. So there's definitely some degenerates in life if nobody's gonna rent them but somebody who's renting a room. Shout out Donna, man. Welcome to the chat. This is Tim Parlin, a serial killer. It's his interrogation footage. Cottonmouth, how's it going, man? Appreciate you.
Wait for stuff to come. That's why we have to continue our investigation. So tomorrow a break may come that breaks the case wide open.
Oh shit! April just Everybody give April a warm welcome. We got another member in the building. Shout her out. Everybody should shower her with love and hugs. Guys, if you want to be one of our members, look at our membership program. It starts at 99 cents a month. You get a lot of cool perks. And you know what I mean? We're a real tight-knit community. So definitely a good way to help out and get a good bang for your buck on your donation. Thank you so much.
And get me off the radar or whatever you're saying. Okay.
Or put you more firmly on it. It depends on the situation,
well,
right?
I know that I don't have anything to do with it.
So yeah. But I'm just saying but so in the meantime, we have to do that. So sometimes, I ask questions. Sometimes I ask questions, I know the answer. Sometimes I ask questions, I have no idea. But I get the answer later from a separate source or something like that. So one of the things that we do and are going to do,
Is
like
like
all
you
the
did
stuff that we
today.
pawned, all the stuff that we pawned, is that we're gonna take that stuff and we're gonna check it for DNA. And we're gonna make sure that it doesn't.
Good shit, back-to-back member. Everybody give Pamela a warm welcome. The members get a VIP welcome, and so shower her with love and hugs, guys.
Obviously, we know it's going to have your stuff on it, but we have a reference sample from you. That's why we got it, and make sure that there's nothing from any of our victims that's on it. Okay.
Right.
The main thing I'm concerned about is murder. Okay. I don't really investigate all that other stuff. Okay.
This is
So that's for you. Yeah, that's water. And here's the thing, and I'm kind of glad that I'm talking to you because you're kind of what I would say, kind of more of an experienced type of person. You've been around the system,
I've been handled roughly.
So I've
never been treated fairly by.
Just a quick recap. This guy's name's Tim Parlin. He's a suspected serial killer and burglar. He killed 3 senior citizens in 2 different houses. It looked like robberies gone wrong, where he then killed them. So now this is his interrogation footage. He also served time before, back in the 90s, I believe, for burglary. So it seems like he's doing burglary with a little murder on the side.
The system in any fashion. Even when I chose to do 15 years on a cockamamie story, that if you go back and look at
Sterling, welcome to the chat, my boy. Fish Guru, you welcome here always. Mahogany, that's a real pretty name. Nick Patterson, how's it going today, my bud?
the story yourself.
Right.
Okay, which I'm sure you can do because I'm sure there's a report of it. If you go back and look at for yourself, you will see that it's a cockamamie thing.
The 93 case.
Yeah, and I did the time for it.
Sure.
And the whole time I learned and studied, how can I keep myself away from this kind of stuff?
Right.
And just because of my situation with work, I've been working at 7-Elevens. Unbelittled to me, I'm highly more skilled than that.
Right.
But I would rather do that than to go any other route.
Right.
Oh, yeah, he's a serial killer for sure. Serial killers are super arrogant. Super arrogant. If you're a normal guy, bro, you're not going to sit there and say you're above any job, especially when you're down. You're going to take that job, build a little foundation, and try to, get a little bit better with each stride. But the fact that he said, I'm highly skilled and blah, 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 blah. Boy, you spent like 10 years in prison. You have no skills, except maybe washing drawers or something.
I can barely make a paltry living.
But here's the point I want to make to you, and I think you'll understand this because you've probably seen guys do the same thing. And that is, so, like when I go in and I'm investigating something, I'm investigating murder. I really don't care about all the other stuff, you know what I mean? But if it comes up, it comes up, and if people are lying to me, then then I'm gonna use it against them however I need to.
Right.
Or if I need to do it for
Of
my
course,
investigation,
of
that's what I'm
course.
gonna do. So I always make sure I tell people, hey, listen, I'm investigating a murder. Okay,
Right, which takes precedence over anything smaller.
If you're trying to worm your way out of theft or something like that, something minor, in order to avoid a theft, you might just get yourself into a situation where you get hemmed up on a murder.
Hey, Bill, man, that's a nice compliment, man. Thank you so much. If I can just, you know what I mean? Y'all have humbled me in so many ways. You guys are the star of the show, not me. I'm just the co-host. But thank you so much, my boy. It means a lot, man. When y'all say shit like that, it motivates me.
That's what we don't want to have happen. So it's very important. I'm not trying to hem you up. It might seem like I am. I'm not. I'm just the opposite. The quicker I can get you off the radar, the better it is for me, because then.
Does my wife understand your side?
Yes. Yeah. We explain all of this to her.
He hasn't given us a reason or admitted to anything. He's still lying. The cop is just letting him lie right now. He hasn't really put a lot of pressure yet.
Okay.
Okay. So, but
Yeah, because I don't know anything
we're-
about
we're-
murder.
okay. So, so
I know a little bit about some other things, but not that.
Yeah. So let me ask this, because this is the key thing, and this is something that might have happened, is that did anyone give you anything to pawn or give you anything that now looking back on it went,
No.
whoa, man, I don't want to have that one held over my head, because now that the cops are looking at it, because sometimes people who don't have a clean record will get somebody else who can pawn stuff, aren't red flagged and stuff, to pawn stuff. So that'd be important for me to know, because I don't want you to get hemmed up over.
This was December the 6th, and this is December the 30th. Let me think a
so
second.
this month.
Parlin keeps up his front as a helpful citizen throughout the case. His responses are calm and calculated, fitting with his personality.
Whether we had the ticket or not, I
Hey, Tim, I appreciate that subscription. Thank you for becoming one of the gang.
didn't do the whole search myself. So whether we had the ticket or not, we'll check your pawn history.
Can I
We'll
know
check.
what all you took from there?
Yeah, we can let you know what was taken.
Yeah,
But
because I
you
don't
can
think
bet
there
that
was-
any jewelry that was there was
I don't-
taken.
yeah, I
and
I think anything was bad in there.
right.
My wife wouldn't stand for it, and I really wouldn't either. It'd bother me. I wouldn't like to have it around if it's something I can't, explain.
Well,
or
was your
know
wife
where I
aware
got.
that you had all that stuff in there?
The definite, yeah. Well, okay. That's when you're saying all that stuff. The only thing I know about that's even was in there is the book container.
Okay. But did
Okay.
she know that? You
And I had a couple of other pieces in a basket on the table with the microwave.
Right.
And it's just that Mother Teresa, and I think it's just a couple of little hoops that you hook a medallion with, like if you were going to hook one onto a chain. And I do that, just tinkering with it. I have a couple of little pliers that I use, and I tinker with that. I tinker with jewelry or stones. I like to tinker with it, or watches. I can fix a broken one. I can fix anything, actually,
So that golden nugget thing, you said that you pawned this month. And you said you had it about a year. Do you remember?
No, Pat, don't tell him what he should do, because then our video is gonna end.
I don't remember if it was this month or I thought it was before Thanksgiving.
Was that the last thing you pawned?
Yeah, that's the last thing
Okay.
I've
Do
dealt
you
with.
remember
in a
where
while.
you got it at?
I'm trying to think of where. It's been about a year since I got that.
The necklace belonged to Kathy Blair. Since she usually lived alone, Parlin may have believed that no one would be able to identify her jewelry.
Because if I tell you the truth, it's going to hurt.
I was just thinking that this dude was out here stealing family heirlooms and shit. Like, everybody knows the jewelry their grandma wears. You know what I mean? Like, if you know your grandma, you know what jewelry she got on. And usually two grandmas don't have the same jewelries. That should be passed down from years, or they bought it when they were young in their 20s and they don't make that shit no more. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I was just thinking that shit, bro. I promise you I was just thinking that. I was gonna be like, bro, somebody gonna be like, my grandma just died. This guy got her fucking necklace on.
You see, if I tell you that what I used to buy it with, you're going to think I'm a bad person, but I'm not.
What did you use to buy it with?
I used some to
okay.
trade for it to buy it.
Okay.
Honestly.
Right.
And I got it about, I think I was living still at Marcel. So it would have been, this is 2014. It would have been like, when I got it, would have been like 2012.
Right.
So I've had it for a couple of years. I used to wear it, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then I decided we needed the money because the room's expensive.
Right.
And I decided to actually I don't have much interest anymore in it. When I was working, had a few extra bucks, I could afford to buy something for $15 and sell it for $25.
Right.
The $25 would help pay a bill.
So how much did this nugget did you?
I was only worth about $100.
What the fuck bill you paying with $25? Even in 2014, there was no $25 bill. Maybe your gas or water, but you lived in a room, so you didn't have those type of bills.
$100. It's just My 4 or 5 grams, 6 grams is nothing. It's
Okay.
not nothing serious. It's just one little nugget that hangs on a chain.
Right.
It's the only thing I can think of. I'm trying to think a minute, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, if I had my wallet in there, I could show you. I get the broken. Ladies' gold chains or men's gold chains are different. Men's are thick like this, and it weighs a lot. It's heavy.
Right.
They have little bitty thread size ones that are ladies, and they don't weigh nothing. You could have 3 or 4 of them, and it might only be 1 or 2 grams of gold.
Right.
So it's only worth like.
Right, Tara. And when she goes to the heavenly gates, you'll wear them, and then you'll pass them down. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude was rocking family heirlooms, bro. He wasn't like snatching earrings that everyone has, or just a gold chain. Like, this motherfucker's wearing a Mother Teresa chain, bro. I promise you. Like, what is the irony behind that? A serial killer talking about how he looks up to Mother Teresa.
Like $50. People don't even check because they're so small to see if they are real or not. I will actually go to Gruss's, which they don't have them right now. It's too cold. But up until like the 10th month, the 11th, up until right before Thanksgiving, they'll still have them, especially in the area where we are. And we were visiting my brother one day, and we stopped, and I got a handful of silver for like $6, which was worth like 30, you know, because it's $15, $16, $18 an ounce.
Right.
And I got it, and she was actually with me, and we actually bought it. Had a yard sale, somebody moving out. Got it. But that's been, you know, like in the summer. So it's nothing I can think of related anything to what you're looking for. The only thing I could even remote.
Jerry Henshaw allegedly killed 17-year-old Marquise Smith outside of a cemetery on Plants Lane. Henshaw is now charged with murder as well.
You know, because it's $15, $16, $18 an ounce.
Right.
And I got it, and she was actually with me, and we actually bought it. Had a yard sale, somebody moving out. Got it. But that's been, you know, like in the summer. So it's nothing I can think of related anything to what you're looking for. The only thing I could even remotely think of is the day that you came by, and I told you, I said, hey, I'm going to remember to look through to see, do I have any names or the list of the day when I worked at that residence, which was back in the summer, I believe it was, or spring or summer. It might have been summer. It's been 6 months or so, or maybe 4, 5, 6 months. I don't remember exactly when it was. But I did at that time, I always do that, is I take notes of who it is that called me, what do they need. Okay. I don't think there's anything. I mean, I tried to think since the other day, and I tried to think when y'all were there. I just don't think there, anything I know or anything I could do.
Something that did come up while we were there at the house. So I do want to ask you about this. So while I was searching, you have a gray fleece jacket that hangs on the door there.
Yeah, it's been there
jacket.
It's been there for a minute. Yeah,
so,
it's been there for a minute.
Anyway, in the pocket of that jacket, there's a bunch of. So it's my job to to just find.
I think he said there was a bunch of jewelry in the pocket of that jacket, but for whatever reason the audio cut out. So yeah, he lying. He said he only had that little box with his old collection of gold or whatever, but yeah, it's clear dude's lying.
Find out about this, and so I'm asking. You're giving me an explanation.
That's and actually, but I don't need an issue. Is what I'm saying. I don't need any kind of an issue with law enforcement. I'm trying to do everything I can.
I get it. We're trying to do everything we can and that's why we're here. Okay, So
I didn't like this actual method, but I understand. You have to
sometimes
do
we
what
use
you have to
methods
do.
that people.
All you do is just tell me, hey, I want to search the place, and I'm like, come on, I'll stay right here until you get here.
So what do you?
Hey, Barbara, thank you so much for the super chat. Guys, do like she did. Help support the channel. It's what keeps our lights open and allows me to stream for you guys 6 to 8 hours a day. So if you guys really appreciate what we do here, definitely consider a super chat. We got gifts now, or even a membership. Membership starts at 99 cents a month and is a great way to support the channel. But thank you so much, Barbara, for sponsoring this episode.
Thoughts? let's talk about Tamarack a little bit more. So, do you remember? I guess you met the woman, but that was about it.
It was so vague, I wouldn't even
So it didn't ring a bell when there was news reports about a murder over there.
I didn't ever see them or know of them, as far as I know. Did y'all publicize it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I didn't ever know. We read the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you saw that. We get the Sunday paper, and we also get holiday papers.
Right.
Okay, she's just astute about that. And I don't think we read about it.
So let me just ask you a question. Do you know anyone else who's been murdered this month?
Oh, shit. Marcus, thank you for the super chat. Everybody give him a big thank you. Also, I appreciate you helping sponsor today's episode. Guys, remember, you can do as they did. In as little as 99 cents a month, you could be a member or you can super chat, man. It really helps us out. I appreciate you. Back to your regular scheduled programming.
Shouldn't be a hard question.
Who's been murdered? You mean
This month.
Yeah, somebody. She went to some funeral and a church thing for something.
The victims were an elderly couple, Billy and Sidney Shelton. They were beaten and strangled. And
Oh, damn. That's so brutal, bro. I hate when the helpless get injured. I hate when the elderly get hurt. I hate when children get hurt because I just think about how scared they must have been. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's a scary situation. If someone's trying to strangle and kill me, like, I would probably have some fear running through me. But at the same time, like, I just hate when, like, the helpless people get attacked like this because there's no chance for them to get away or fight back. I mean, check out my boy. He's got his air tank on, and his wife looks to be in a little better health than him, but there was no way they were going to be able to fight off this fat ass lunatic.
Billy was stabbed several times in the face and eye. The knife was still in her body when they were discovered.
Who did?
My wife did. She actually, I couldn't go. I was actually working. Somebody from our church. I didn't know them, but they're from our church.
Did your wife know him?
I think so. I think she did, or she knew maybe from the church knew them. You know, our church is real old. There are a lot of older people there, and
Oh shit. Shout out Jay and Franklin, man. You guys are doing your thug thizzle today. I really appreciate that. Thank you for helping sponsor the episode. Chat. Give Franklin, give Marcus, and give Miss Barbara big warm and a lot of hugs and a lot of love.
hey, you let me throw a leak again?
Yeah, sure.
I'm in bad shape right here.
Hey, can you hold on one second? I'm going to have an officer walk
Yeah.
over there because I want to talk to someone else. Okay.
That was much better.
So we were talking about these people from the church.
I don't know anything about it. She just told me something about it from the paper. She would know more than I would. She brought me the thing from the church.
And so what did she say? I mean, what did she say? That
She
knew?
just said she knew them.
Yeah.
She knew them from the church. You got to understand, the church is really weird. I go there and I set up all the tables. And then, like, right after we have the dinner or the whatever function we're having, they break down the tables, and they're all old. So I do it, okay? And then there's one or two other guys that help do it, and they're actually pretty old, and they shouldn't be doing it, but I do it. So basically, I don't get involved in the church stuff for the people. I'm kind of busy either in the kitchen or doing the tables or whatever. You know, I'm just kind of there.
In terms of the murderer's body language, the serial killer, he's real relaxed. He's not giving me any red flags body language wise, other than the fact that he talks with his hands a lot. But I talk with my hands a lot, so anybody can do that. But it's the way he's rambling about shit that has nothing to do with what the police officer's asking. That's my big red flag, is the details on everything except for what the actual question was.
We got married there in the church. And so we're members. We're not like very active members of the church, but we go there some. It's been a while since we went, though, about a year or so. They just have functions sometimes they'll invite us for.
So what did your wife tell you had happened to these people?
I don't think she knew us other than just whatever the paper said. She read about it. The only thing I remember is we were laying there.
Hey, Whiskey and Tea, welcome to the chat. I didn't see you. My apologies. Fish Guru, man, welcome in. Chris Webb, how's your day going?
And she read something in the paper about it, and then she looked at me, and she had a couple of tears in her eyes. So I said, "What's wrong, baby?" And
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
she said that she knew those people.
Oh,
Okay, so, or maybe not knew in the sense of like first name basis or whatever, but knew, them from the church, and knew that they were members of the same church. And then, like, a lot of the people don't go very much because they're healthy and they're old, so they don't go a whole lot. So you wouldn't see them. Like, I used to go to Bible study Sunday mornings at 9:30, and just Bible study, but there's a service after, and there's a service, a breakfast
Shout out Shelly. We got a mod in the chat.
or a lunch or whatever, and I didn't go to none.
so
of
you
that.
never met these people? If I told you what their names were,
Yeah, I
if
never-
their name was Shelton, you never met them?
I only just knew because my wife had told me about it, and she brought me the thing that they give you when you're there, when you go to the thing. So
You didn't go to the funeral?
No, I was busy working. I think she asked me,
CW, I love banana bread. I hope you can mail me a loaf. Send me a loaf to my P.O. box.
told me she was going to try to go, and then her schedule was like she just barely got off from work in time to go or something like that. I just vaguely remember it. I don't, I was kind of like the day when you ran into me as to why you found the stuff in the gray fleece jacket. Okay.
So let me ask you, actually, we're talking about stuff from the apartment. So
That's the only thing I can think
there
of.
was,
That you would have found
in a backpack, you have a backpack, and there was some jewelry in that backpack as well, including some in a box.
Just like the crime scene for Kathy Blair, there was a jewelry case that had been emptied at the home of the Sheltons.
Oh,
He took one of them drawers from their jewelry case. What a fucking idiot.
yeah,
Stupid.
that's actually, it was bought. It's actually,
Tar, thank you for the jewels. We appreciate your donation.
a blue and purple stone silver ring, something like that. And it's in a case, and it was actually bought. And that should have been, I think there's only a watch or two couple of old watches. I used to wear them all the time like you do, but I don't anymore. And
So there were a lot of jewelry bags in there, like like the bags that you buy jewelry in, that sort of thing.
little velvet bags or little plastic bags.
Right.
Yeah, I keep a few of those around for that. I actually have things in them. Like usually I'll put it up. If it's not junk for the kids to play with,
Right.
I put it up. I put it away.
Right.
And it would be in.
Remember before he said the only jewelry he had was like junk, scrap, gold jewelry that he let the kids play with, like costume jewelry. And now he's saying, hold up. I told you I'll be buying and selling. I got some velvet bags and stuff in some pockets randomly that I put up because it's valuable. We don't want the kiddos playing with that. But literally 10 minutes into the conversation, he said he only had costume jewelry.
Inside one of the bags. There's nothing stolen.
Tiara Marie with some more gifts. Thank you for the jewels, love. Not only do you have a pretty name, but you have a big heart. Thank you for contributing to the channel.
Tell me about
nothing
this-
related to a
this
murder
box.
or anything in there.
Right. So tell me about this box that has a ring in it.
It has a purple and a blue stone in it, and it has some. It's in a brand new
Tell me,
box.
where did you get it? Where did you...
Welcome in, Sheena. How's it going?
Oh, it came from Christmas. It was meant to be a gift, and they decided against giving it for Christmas.
Who did?
Actually, my sister, and she'll know about it if you care to ask her.
Yeah, Bill, that's how the membership works. It's only 99 cents a month. And you get special perks and access to exclusive content. It's a really good value.
What's her name?
Her name is, in other words, just nothing, you know.
So she had originally bought it.
Well, I don't know, you know, other than it was supposed to go to someone and it didn't go to somebody around Christmas.
So you got it from her.
Yeah, I got it from, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, Fish. For the price of a McDonald's McValue meal, you can support your favorite content creator for a whole year. It's definitely a great bang for your buck.
And what's phone number?
It bugs me a little bit. When I stepped out of my van, they didn't have weapons drawn on me, but they said I was not under arrest. Okay, I asked you, am I under arrest?
Well, I think at that moment they were detaining you, so they hadn't really made a decision at that point.
And well, I always want to know. Yeah,
Sure,
I always want to know what, you know, is going on. I
Right.
try to be alert to that.
Well, and I'm trying to keep you up to date on what's
Yeah,
going on. And one thing that's going on for sure is that we're, you know, conducting a murder investigation.
A murder
Here's an interesting
investigation.
thing, okay? So, as we discussed, okay,
Are you liking me for this thing, or are you liking to try to, you know, make sure that I'm not liked for this thing?
here's the deal.
Sheena, thank you so much for your jewels. Tiara, the link's in the description of the video. There's a link that says join membership. If you want to do so, it's in the description of this video. Or if you're on Android, I believe you could buy it from the super chat button. I'm not sure though. I don't have Android.
Okay.
I'm
Here's the
just
deal. This is
asking you
what I
straight
want,
up,
and this is not
you
trying.
know.
I'm not trying to be pat. Okay. What I'm trying to do is, if you did it, I want to get the proof on you. If you didn't do it, I want to get you out of the way as soon as I
Right.
possibly can.
Yeah, I want to do the same thing.
So, and here's what I'm.
I didn't do it.
Okay, I get it. Here's what I'm running into. Okay. So,
Hey, Marty, thank you for the subscription. You know we're on the road to 10K. So we got to get to 4K before we get to 10K. And we're getting real close to 4K. So thank you a lot. Mike, welcome back, my boy. I always see you jumping in and out the chats.
You're looking for anything little.
You got there, but here's the thing too. Okay, and some we just discussed, and that is that. So you have Kathy Blair over on Tamarack, right? You were over at her house.
Well, I
Right, doing
heard
some
you.
work.
I heard you say the
Right.
name, but I didn't. She didn't contract me or anything. I wouldn't even know her.
Here's the deal too. Okay,
You know?
weird coincidence. The Sheltons. You also have a connection to the Sheltons too.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I mean, I didn't know them or anything.
You
or
go to the
anything.
same church.
But you
Right,
got to
and you go-
understand that.
All right, Shelly says on Android, you can go to Fade's channel page where it says sub. You will see a plus sign. Hit that, and it brings up the membership options. Thank you, Shelly.
And your wife knows them pretty well enough. That
Well,
went to the
she
funeral, right?
knew them, but I didn't. They're separate.
Okay, so we found the connection. I thought maybe he was doing handyman work for those people, but it seems like they were friends of his wife, or his wife knew these older couples and older ladies. So I think his wife was in on it, man. I think she was like, yeah, go rob them. Let's steal the jewelry. She knew who her dude was. He had already served 10 years for armed burglary, I think from 93 to 2003.
And just to be on the safe side, you never been in their house, right?
Never been in their house.
Because she did.
Never been
your
in their
wife
house.
did massage and stuff like that over for them at their house.
She had said something about she knew them. Yeah,
Okay.
but I would.
So you never went in there?
No, I didn't have nothing.
I just want to make sure, because that's, again, when we're talking about just making sure that if we see something, we have an explanation. You know, it's like
Hey, Sheena, thank you for them jewels. Tiara Marie, I told you your name isn't only pretty, you got a great heart. And I read your compliment. Thank you. If you're a good judge of character, I'm glad you're judging me and thinking I'm a good person, because I try to be cool with everybody. You know what I mean? I try to show all subs, members, and people just viewing the show that everybody matters in our chat, man. And whatever you got to say, you know what I mean? We want to talk about it. And thank you, Sheena, for them jewels. And thank you, Tiara Marie. That's why we got 2 horns right there.
I ask you everything that we've done, everything I've seen that concerns me. I ask you, and you give me an explanation. Okay, like
Yeah,
I found
want to make
pills.
sure.
I ask you, you give me an
I want to make
explanation.
sure
I
that
found
everything.
jewelry. I ask you, you give me an explanation. And that's what I'm looking for. So when I'm asking you stuff,
Yeah,
all I'm asking you for
I want to make
is
sure we
I'm
can put
asking
it all on the table
for
here.
explanation.
You know,
Okay,
yeah.
and I'm not trying to BS you. I'm not trying to do it.
This is the cop trying to lean into him more. He's saying, like, bro, what you've been saying ain't adding up. So tell me the fucking truth. Ash, welcome to the chat. Julie, how's it going? You can't just sneak in like that. I see you.
But it is just kind of weird that
I thought y'all were
that
looking
you
for
just
knives.
you happen to know
Right.
people that were.
Well, duh.
3 people have been
yeah.
murdered this month. Okay.
How many people?
Well, 3. There was the Sheltons were murdered and Kathy Perry was murdered.
The Sheltons, more than one?
Yes.
In his effort to distance himself from the murders, Parlin makes a misstep. His wife supposedly told him about the murders from a newspaper article, so he would have known that both had been murdered. In fact, previously in the investigation, he has referred to them as they each time their deaths were brought up.
She had just said it was the lady.
Well, maybe she just knew the lady.
Yeah, maybe that's what she meant. Yeah.
So that's a weird coincidence. It doesn't mean that you did it. Okay?
Yeah, well, I definitely
so that's a
didn't
weird
do it.
coincidence. All right.
I
It
mean,
doesn't even mean that
we can
that
do
this-
whatever it takes.
That it just means that we got 2 unsolved cases. Okay, and you're kind of a link between those 2 unsolved cases. So that's what makes this so weird. So now you kind of understand what I'm
That's
looking at. I'm like,
weird.
that's weird.
That's weird.
Right? So I got to look at you. I got to, because when I find the right guy, they're going to say, well, "Why didn't you look at this guy? You were obviously focused on my guy, and not on this." So I got to do it. I got to look at you.
Is there anything that I should do or can do that you can advise me of that I should,
Boy, if you out here lying, boy, you can't do shit, bro, except tell us the murders, bro. You want the death penalty, then fucking keep lying. You want to be able to live your days out in jail, then tell me the truth. Those are your 2 options. Those are your 2 fucking options, bro. Electric chair or what? It's not electric chair. It's a lethal injection or rest of your days in prison, bro. What you want to do?
If you can help us,
Yeah,
like one thing I want to try to figure out, and I don't know, maybe you don't remember, but are you? And the biggest thing, I mean, I'll just tell you this, and the answer to that question right there is to tell the truth. I mean,
Yeah,
100% tell the
yeah.
truth. And listen, I know you're saying it always, but listen, I've also been a cop for over 20 years, so I know that people lie to the cops. Okay, it's just normal.
I'm not interested.
Even my friends lie to me because I'm a cop. It just happens. Okay, especially a guy who's been around the block a few times. Okay?
I put it straight up with you. I put it straight up front.
And I don't hold that against you.
Yeah.
Okay, but in this case, it is super important that I get just the truth, even if it's bad, even if it makes you look bad. I'm not worried about that. I'm honestly not worried about you looking bad. I'm just worried about
I told you.
getting to the truth.
Okay, now.
Yeah, I know
you can
you
follow
told
the
me some
record.
stuff already. Yeah,
You can
yeah.
follow the record. Check it out.
Right.
When they found me asleep, they found a little bit of weed.
Right,
They piss tested me, and my piss was clean.
right,
They're asking me, well, why did we find weed?
right.
Because it has a more powerful dollar component.
You can buy
Okay.
other stuff.
Well, no, it's just the dollar.
He sell weed now? He the weed plug? Bro, I would never buy no pack off this man. What is he talking about, bro? Tell us what the fuck happened. Now you talking about they found weed on me, bro. The fuck out of here.
Dollar's only worth $1.
Right,
But with this, you can actually use it for something that you could buy that would gain you more of $1.
right.
You
right.
see, that's why they
So it's
found
just
a
a
little bit.
unit of exchange.
Yeah, that's exactly why they found it.
Right.
And so then it actually came up, that my
Hombre, I've never claimed to be a articulate person. You know what I mean? So I cuss, I swear. I'm just the average Joe, man. Just because I'm YouTube's top detective don't mean that I'm the most intelligent.
PO comes over there, and I had to tell her the truth too, and it didn't look good on me. I told her the truth, and I did 90 days in jail and was released. But if you look at those records, that would tell you, that's why he had a little bit of weed, I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I mean, that's all little stuff.
Yeah,
okay?
it's
So the big stuff is the big stuff. Okay, so here's
I
another
might
big
know a
thing.
few little things, but I don't know any big.
There's another big things through a variety of ways.
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't know any.
and so and through a variety of ways, and I can't get into all of them. You can probably imagine a few of them, but through a variety of ways, we can kind of figure out where people are at a lot of times. Okay,
Okay.
you know, and
I'm an old man. I'm
So-
a nickel and dime
so
kind
the
of guy.
important thing is we need to know on that night that the murder happened on Tamarack, was the 5th and 6th. Would you have been over there for any
No,
reason at all?
hell
over in that
no,
area?
hell no, no,
And on the
no.
night the Sheldons were killed, and that was
I just
closer on.
vaguely remember her reading about it in the paper to me.
So let me tell you the date on that.
Uh.
That was the 15th.
15.
Okay.
Would I
So
have
it could have
been?
happened the 14th.
Would I have been in that neighborhood? Is that what you're asking me? No.
Now that's, you know what neighborhood it is?
I think so. She had said right close by the church area.
Okay.
So that's just
You know
that's
what street
basic.
they lived on?
I think she said it can't be that many because there's the church is on Woodrow, and she said that they lived close by the church, so it's in between Koenig and probably Anderson.
Does Brentwood
Anywhere.
ring a bell?
Yeah, it does actually. Brentwood does because that's where I am.
Well, I tell you guys all the time, man. I mean, we all go through financial hardships. Don't feel guilty if you can't afford to contribute right now. You know what I mean? Your time, your effort, your likes, your subscription, that means a lot. That's just as important. You know what I mean? And I know in due time, if we continue to give out this fire content, the community will support, man. So I appreciate that. Hey, Hombre, welcome to the community, man. Shout out Hombre for the membership. Everybody shower them with love, man. Thank them for joining the team. The members are definitely the heartbeat of the channel. Super chatters and heartbeats keep the lights on. But you know what I mean? We got love for everybody in the team. Everybody has a role and a distinction. And you know what I mean? We try to respect everybody's space.
Actually lived
So you lived on Brentwood. I
in
also,
07.
yeah.
In 07.
But I also saw that you were trying to rent a place on Brentwood.
Yeah, I was trying to rent one there, but it didn't come through. I called the man several times and didn't come through.
So this is some of the stuff. I mean, this is, you know, again,
Yeah,
it's coincidence
you don't
stuff,
boop where
but
you
we
live.
need to,
You know.
yeah, well, yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, you
Some
don't.
people do,
You
you
don't.
know.
Yeah, you don't.
So we'd be dumb not to talk to you, you know, and
But
get to
when
know
you talk to me, you talk to me once.
right.
Okay. The procedure or the methodry in which you're talking to me the second time
Mhm.
is probably what I would not have, expected from
Sure.
you. You know, I would just have expected you to somehow or another.
All right, guys, if you've been around the channel, you know how I talk about women talking with bird hands. This guy's doing the male equivalent to bird hands. When women like to talk with the bird hands, you know what I mean? He's doing this. That's the male version of bird hands. You see how he keeps doing this when he's explaining his story? That don't make your story any clearer, any truer, or anything. Like, you just look like a fucking NPC doing the same emote over and over. You know what I mean?
Approach me the way you did the day that I met you, or any other time, you could notify me that you need to speak with me or whatever, or anything,
Right.
and I would have gladly obliged.
Well, there are a lot of different ways that we could have done this, you know.
Well, the methodry was a little.
Yeah. So
my girls held this.
I take responsibility for the method, but there are other methods more harsh that I could have used, you know. So
Yeah, when you're
gone to your parole officer or done a variety of different things.
She's
like
already
that.
called me to change the appointment. My appointment was on the.
No, Tiara, Italian is like this. Italiano. Bird hands are like this. They point at you. Karens, the Karen prototype lady, I don't mean ladies named Karen. I mean the Karen prototype that we've all know what that word means. They talk like this. Even real naggy ladies, like it doesn't matter the race or creed or age, real naggy ladies will bird hand you. Italian people point at themselves. It's like Italiano. It's different.
12th.
Right.
And she changed it to the 6th. I don't know why. She just called me and said that. So, and she asked me if that was okay, and I said, of course. You know, as long as I know what I'm supposed to be doing, then I can do it.
Right. So this, so getting back to the Brentwood thing, I mean, because I think it's important that I at least ask and try to find out. I mean, obviously there's you know, there's some connection there. You go to the same church with the people, live on the same street. So,
but
I'm
it's
trying to
way
figure out,
the heck on the
the other side.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known anything.
Right.
I'm trying to transmute it.
Hombre, the more I learn, the less I actually know. So, you know what I mean? I get you on that one.
Just in my
Right.
head, and it's not.
But as you
ringing
see,
a
there's a
bell.
lot of coincidences that are going on. So that's
Yeah.
what, and in my line of work, coincidences kind of set off alarm bells. So we have to look at those.
You
We
can
have to
rule them out,
check them.
though, you know,
We,
or
we
rule
can,
them
but it takes a
in.
lot of work. And
Yeah,
that's,
rule
this
them
is
out
the
or
one,
rule them
this
in,
is the
either way.
process that we use to rule it out.
I'm sorry,
ask the
because
people
this
directly.
process is kind of not.
So on the 15th, do you have any recollection of what you might have been doing on the 15th?
Oh, yeah, we do that every night. We sleep together every night. I mean,
Oh, Letitia, he killed 3 senior citizens. He stole jewelry from their houses. He robbed their houses and then killed them. One lady lived by herself. The other one was a couple. His wife seemed to have known the elderly couples or the elderly people. He was telling them how they were down on money and now they have to have Obama phones. So it's pretty evident that he did it.
it hurt.
The cop hasn't really put a lot of pressure on him yet, so he's still just bullshitting.
She works 4 to 12. So
Right.
unless I go do laundry, and that only takes about an hour.
Mhm.
Sometimes she'll go to bed at 8, and I'll go do laundry and get home at 10. You know, because I'll leave right when she's going to bed, and I'll be back in bed. And then as soon as I get in bed, she wakes up. You see, she knows I'm there.
So there won't be,
I sleep
so
with
this
her
month-
every night.
this month, there wouldn't be any situation where she said, well, I got home from work and he was.
Well, you know what he's doing. He's going to let him draw his story, the lies up for an hour. And then after about an hour, he's going to say, well, this is what the evidence says. And it's not saying what your story says. So do you want to change anything about your story? And that's when he'll start to put pressure on him. That's my guess.
Gone, or he came home, or he left, sometime during the night, unexpectedly, nothing like that.
No. I sleep with her every night. And then most of the time, if she wants to take it, I make her breakfast in the morning on the way to work.
Right.
I usually make her either a sandwich and grapes or cucumbers, or I make her healthy stuff.
Right.
And
Stop the cap.
This man be eating double cheeseburgers for breakfast. Look at his build, bro. Talking about I'm making cucumber egg breakfast. Cucumbers don't even go with eggs, bro. Who the fuck ever mixed cucumbers with eggs? I never even heard that combination.
I make her lunch. If she wants to take it, I make it. She doesn't eat cereal, but when she comes home, she'll eat cereal. Yeah, I do. I've been doing that. I'm a good husband. I take care of her.
Hey, Josh, welcome to the chat. Rick, how's it going today, bud?
I cook for her every day, and I make her lunches, and I do her nails, all the above. I'm with her all the time, in other words. Yeah, I'm believe it or not, I think I'm learning. I didn't ever think I would be, but she thinks I am.
So over the last month, just to be clear, so that I'm 100% clear, we wouldn't find any record of you being anywhere out at night.
No, yeah, not late
So
at
you're
night.
always
no.
you're always
Yeah, well, 10-ish, it's the latest.
sure by 10. So after
I don't even
after
hardly.
10 or so.
Yeah, after 10 or so, we're in bed.
Parlin has been careful to set up a lifestyle that places him in his home at night, mainly because that is when all of his earlier robberies have taken place. As long as he is careful not to go anywhere with security cameras, it would be easy for him to sneak out of the house once his wife was.
In the middle of the night, I may smoke.
His wife being asleep, bro. She knew what it was. She's the built-in alibi. They think they're perfect criminals. Babe, I'm finna go do the burglaries at nighttime when we're supposed to be sleeping. And if anyone asks, we were sleeping. That's my alibi. I think the wife is involved, bro.
Smoke a cigarette and then go right back to bed, or get a cup of tea and go back to bed.
Right.
You know, we have a common normal.
Yeah.
You know.
So, and I should tell
Yeah.
you, because this is, I try to tell people this every time, when we sit down in this type of investigation, because of the seriousness of it.
Right.
Every single thing that you tell me, we're going to check. Okay.
Yeah, it
and
matters.
I think you would expect that.
It matters. Yeah.
That's your tax money at work, so to speak. So
It ain't been at work on one issue. You remember that issue I asked you about?
Special interest was given to the knives in an effort to determine if they were the weapons used in the murders. The knives
Emil, welcome to the chat.
found in the van were not a match.
yes, and I'll send a
You-
message over to you.
You said you were going to do it. I hope you had done it already.
No, I haven't. So I apologize for that. But Friday, right after we got done on Friday, I had to go to another call, and today is the first day I've been back.
I
in the
have a
office, so
curiosity
I
question.
forgot.
You took 4 knives out of my van. I allowed you to take them.
Mhm.
Shouldn't that be on the expediency list? Because I allowed you to do it.
Sure.
You see, I mean, of free will, voluntarily.
Yeah, everything is. We can only be as expedient as our
Lab
scientists
teams
will
or-
allow
yeah.
us to.
Well, I know that those were,
Right.
They were sitting in Southside impound, so I know that those are all.
Right.
He had to dig to find those.
Right.
And like I said, the van is very seldom ever leaves. It's not even in the best of condition.
Right.
Just today, I had a jack with the brakes. That's actual.
Yeah, TR, for the most part, our community's all 35 and up. There's some youngins that run around here and they're cool as fuck and very mature for their age. But yeah, for the most part, all of us are pretty old people. You know what I mean? I'm 37. I'm old as dirt.
Actually, on the side of the road, when I was calling her to let her know, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late, the brakes are acting up and the brake light is on.
Right.
And there's a bolt missing out of the brakes. So I had to try to get the one to go. I had an extra one. I had to try to get it to go back in.
So these 2 phones that you have.
I never hardly use the other one. You can check its records or whatever. It just sits there just in case. Yeah, I never hardly use it.
So the other one, 803-4012.
It's my cell. It's in
No,
my
and you
stuff.
don't lend that to anybody. That's
No, hell no. Hell no.
So, and one of the things we do is we look at, as you may be aware, those cellular phones, they ping on different towers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we can use those towers to triangulate the location of a phone at any given time. It's kind of Big Brotherish, but it's very helpful to our
Yeah.
investigations.
Oh, you're more than.
And we've already started that process. So one of the things so that's why I ask you, things.
Yeah, my phone.
And so I just want to make sure that we're clear that you will
Cooperate in any way.
No. That you haven't been going out at night at all this month. I mean, we're not going to find you
Yeah, no.
at 2:00 in the morning out in some other part of town away from your house.
Yeah, no. I'm with my wife every night.
Okay, and so we're not going to find you
Yeah.
over on Tamarack,
Yeah,
or over there by
most
Brentwood
definitely
on
not.
nights of
Yeah,
those murders.
yeah, most definitely not. Okay.
So your brothers.
Also, guys, if you want to know another way to support the channel, just watch our uploads when we're offline. Watch our Ring doorbell reaction videos that are on the channel, or our shorts. That's also another way that's really helpful to the channel in terms of our ad revenue. Just because those videos don't get as much views as our lives, and YouTube don't really pay ad money for lives.
There's a deacon over there. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what he does, but yeah.
Did you discuss at all the murders with him?
No, I did not.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, he knows better, so he wouldn't even.
So he doesn't mention. I mean, it's kind of an important thing that happened. In the church.
No, I think he just let my wife know when the service was going on or something or whatever. And I may have translated a message about that. I think he said something to me about when the service was going to be or something like that.
So we had discussed earlier, one of the things that you had asked me is, what can you do to help?
Yeah, because I told you I would look, and I never got the chance, but I would like to look.
So that's one thing that
Hey, thank you, Tiara. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of our chat looks really good for the ages. Like I think good people age properly. You know what I mean? I think if you hate and you got a lot of hate in your heart, that you'll age a lot faster. And I think that's why a lot of our community looks a lot younger than what we actually are, because for the most part we're good people and we don't mind seeing someone else succeed. You know what I mean? We actually all kind of encourage that. The people who get jealous when they see their friends doing better than them, I think those are the people that kind of age terribly and go into bad places, man.
Help us if you could figure out who you might have been with in there. But
I
there's
should
another
have
thing.
some notes about it somewhere.
There's another thing that we do is an investigative tool we use in cases like this where we're just trying to eliminate people as possible suspects. And
Well, I
that is-
did that already.
Right, and that is a polygraph.
Oh, yeah, I could do that
So,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you want me to, I will. But I thought I was doing that when I did the DNA.
no, DNA is for so people leave traces of DNA behind. You know, like it could be in your hair, it could be in your skin. You could sneeze and blow it out. You know,
I
and
understand.
people kind of tend to leave it all around. And even when they wear gloves and get fingerprints or something like that, a lot of time we'll get DNA because
Yeah.
The most unusual detail about this case is that no evidence was found at either crime scene, in spite of the amount of blood and the obvious struggles put up by the victims, particularly Blair.
they've breathed on something.
It's easy. They were easy victims. He had gloves on, he had a jacket on, he had long sleeve shirt on. He probably had some type of scully on, maybe his whole face covered. So like even if they scratched and fought at him, they weren't going to get his DNA under him. This dude was already spent 10 years in jail for armed burglary. So he kind of knows. He learned from his mistakes last time. You know what I mean? The only thing that fucked him over is that he's literally walking around this town with people's grandma's jewelry on who just died. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like it just went missing and someone happened to have the same jewelry. No, this lady is dead and you have her jewelry on. That's not going to work.
Something, or they coughed on something, or hair fell out.
Yeah,
or something like
understandable.
that. So
Well,
we
I
get
thought
that, like
that
that.
was
So that's why
enough
we get
to-
that. Yeah. Well, that helps us, you know.
And then you taking
we get
those
something.
weapons out of the car. You're calling them weapons, or he called them weapons that day. And to me,
Hey, Mike, no worries, man. We all make mistakes and we've all done some shit that we wish we didn't do. You on the other side of that now. I'm glad you outside of the cell. And however long you gotta wear that monitor, I know you're gonna hold it down until you don't gotta wear it no more. You know what I mean? So thank you.
I think they're all 6 months or a year been in there.
Right.
I don't even remember the fourth one. I was looking over that list, the description list that he gave.
Yeah, Tim, it don't even matter what he did. Whatever he did, he paid his time for. So you know what I mean? We glad you here and you safe now, Mike. And I'm glad you on the other side of all that bullshit.
Me. And I can't even really, he writes kind of fancy a little bit. I can't even really read the whole thing, but he said one of them was some type of a broken kitchen knife or something.
Mhm.
Now that one I really can't even figure in my own head where it came from or how it got in there, but I know it's been in there since the van was stolen or before,
Sure.
because it sat in Southside for a good while,
Mhm.
before they ever let me know.
So what I'll do is I'll be able to get hold of you, and we'll make arrangements for the polygraph.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind
Maybe
doing
tomorrow
anything.
Tomorrow afternoon, if he has.
I don't mind doing anything that helps. Okay,
Right.
but as long as it's remembered, hey, he helped us. Let's help him back. Because I had something I asked about, and I know for a fact that it was parked when it was stolen, and they broke that door lock. It was parked underneath that camera.
Right. And I'm going to take care of that. Okay?
And so there's
Yeah.
something's
So I
telling
apologize
me.
for that. Well, by the same token, we talked, and you said you would check your stuff, and you didn't get around to it. I didn't
I
get around
will-
to this, so I apologize that I didn't get around to it, but I will.
Good night, Chevy. Sleep well. Make sure you watch the replay in the morning.
Am I under arrest at this time?
You are still under arrest for the thing, but I'm gonna check with the officers. and we're
Because
just-
I will gladly go look for, I think somewhere in that van or somewhere in some of that paperwork, there is info from that Tamarack job because I remember keeping track of the hours and I remember talking.
Kiara Marie, I swear that sounds like an R&B singer song, man. Like you need to come out with an R&B album. But thank you for the jewels.
With him about it on the phone.
Okay.
I know for sure he would remember that.
So
See?
let me ask you a question. I don't know. I mean, what your feeling is on this sort of thing. I mean,
Well, I'm a little bit.
Shit, OG Bradley's in the chat. Give Bradley a lot of love, chat, and welcome him on in, man. Shower him with them hugs and loves.
Upset.
Well, no, I know that, but so with regards to these murders, we have
You said
a couple
3. I
unsolved-
wasn't aware.
Three, but
there was
one's
3.
one is 2, and I don't know if they're related or anything, but they're unsolved murders, right? So I have a case where a couple of elderly people are killed. Okay, and I have a case where
They
a woman
hardly
was
ever
killed.
do anything to warrant.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I try to think myself, but I'm a police officer, so I'm kind of like a little jaded with how I look at stuff, So I would ask people, what do you think should happen to somebody who did that?
Oh my God. Well, I don't know any of how it happened or what happened. Did they
Right.
shoot him or what? I don't know anything. But
Corey, welcome in. Hey, have you guys seen that people been like getting addicted to those feel-free drinks, like them little drinks that got like kratom in it and shit? I've never tried kratom. I've always seen it in smoke shops and shit, but I've never tried it. I think a few times I smoked it with hookah, but it's never been like a regular thing for me. Hookah's not even a regular thing for me, but yeah, man, watch out for those feel-free things, man. They said it's people are getting addicted to that shit like heroin.
I would think that if they were church members of our church, they were good people. And so they need to be punished.
I'm going to say something. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you because I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking.
Well, they did it in there.
I hope you don't take offense by it, but I try to be as honest as I possibly can. Okay?
Sure.
This is what I suspect. Okay, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not.
Okay. I definitely will.
What I suspect
I got
is
pee
that-
anyway again.
is
So.
that we'll take care of it in just a second. So I know you don't have long, but so one thing I suspect, and the jewelry and stuff makes me think this, is that, and also a little bit of your background. I know that's a long time in the past.
Yeah,
okay?
I haven't had
But
any of that background.
but
Yeah, honestly, I just smoke weed, but I've quit. I haven't smoked weed in about almost a week now, maybe a few days. I'm not gonna lie, I grabbed a few Delta 8 fake weeds from the smoke shop to try to supplement it because I have trouble sleeping without weed and I lose my appetite without weed. But I just feel like it's such a financial it's crippling me financially. You know what I mean? Same with like the nicotine. If I could quit nicotine and weed, I would, man, but I'm a fucking addict. So, like, I understand it's hard, guys. It's hard. You know what I mean? But we gotta try. We gotta try. I'm coming up on like 3 days, no weed, man. And I'm starting to feel a little bit like, okay, my shit's resetting. Like, I don't have to smoke weed to go to sleep or get sleepy no more.
people, I know people sometimes go back to their ways, and that is, I suspect that you might be doing some burglaries. Okay, I think you might be doing some, maybe working in people's houses and going in and doing them.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. I'm not in shape for it anymore.
If I had a pound for free, Tim, I would smoke all day. I'm not gonna lie to you. But as a lot of you guys know, I stepped down from a sales position. I had a really good paying job selling solar. But I was good at the job too, man. I was really kicking ass, but I didn't want to do it no more, man. I felt like there was times where I had to sell people that didn't need to be sold because my family needed money. You know what I mean? And it just made me feel kind of like a used car salesman. And I just was like, hey, man, I want to focus on my YouTube channel and see what happens. So we started doing that, and it's looking like, it might turn into something. So I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Because of you, I was able to kind of try and make a career switch and not feel guilty about what I'm doing anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't got the mind for it anymore.
Parlin is as mentally fit as ever, but his physical limitations may be behind the reasoning of a startling turn in the case later in the interview.
How much in shape you got to be to do a burglary?
You pretty much got to be. I don't even know if my ticker would take it.
Right.
You know, because it amps out. Your heart kind of races, and you're in this. You know, from the old days, if I was explaining it, it's like doing a big old bump of metal or something.
Right.
I don't know if I could handle it.
Oh, just the heart rate being inside.
Yeah, I don't know if I could handle it. I wouldn't do good at it if I did it.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't do good at it at all if I was even attempt to do it.
But I know you did a lot of burglaries before you got caught, and then one in '93.
Not necessarily. I kind of
Hey, Tim, what state you in? You in California? I might have to link up with you.
just knew the people pretty much.
Right.
And nowadays it's different. It's way different.
So when you knew the people, how did that work out? How did you choose to burglarize a person?
I didn't. I usually didn't. It was usually, back then it was groups. Back then somebody made the calls. You know, you either chose or not chose. You know, back then now I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in Cali too. You in SoCal, Tim? I'm in SoCal. Oh, by Sac, you a little up north. It'd be a drive, but we can make it happen.
Know how things happen now.
Right.
And check it out. I came out in 07. And in 07, I decided it was going to be different.
Right.
Okay. And it lasted for a pretty good while.
Right.
You know, it was hard. It was different. The only thing that really even changes me being able to sit with you now and even any kind of a norm of
Right.
any kind. I don't know if you got people looking or watching or whatever. I am curious about that, you know.
Yes, everything that goes on in this room is
All right.
audio tape and video tape.
Well, now you tell me, as I had to ask. You should have told me that at the beginning. But anyway, I don't have anything to hide, so it doesn't matter. The set is different.
Jacksonville, North Carolina in the house. I didn't know there was a Jacksonville, North Carolina. I only know about Jacksonville, Florida. So welcome in, David. Chris, how's it going today? Shout out Oklahoma. Guys, post where you guys are tuning in from, and I'll shout your city and state out.
I don't know how things are done now, but they're controlled worse so than they were back then. You know, back then you couldn't do anything without having to, you know, appease somebody's order of some kind. You know, I don't know how things are done now.
And who did you run with back then?
Well, you have to take all the stuff to a hawk. You know, you have to
Right.
take all the stuff to a what do we used to call it back then?
Fence?
A fence. You have to take everything to there, and their order is going to be, I'll give you this much or not. You know, and you know, it's all controlled. I don't know.
Portland, Maine. I only knew about Portland, Oregon. Y'all coming with these switchy states and cities, man. That's crazy. Shout out Sheena. DC, man, y'all hold tight. I know it's getting crazy over there, so hopefully you guys are safe. Shout out Bernie, Missouri. Hey, that's a horn for Derek. You know Derek is a member, so he gets his horn sounded. Show him some love, y'all. Letitia out of Georgia, shout you out. Evanston, Wyoming. My grandma lived in Cheyenne, so I've been to Cheyenne, Wyoming. Lisa's chilling in Walker, Louisiana. Mike's in Pittsburgh. Shout out that black and yellow.
No, I wouldn't know the
Then we got Tiara, who's a Boston Sox fan, but she down in Clearwater, Florida right now.
first of how to get into it nowadays. I wouldn't know even
how to get rid of the stuff.
I wouldn't know the first of anything on how to even delve in there now. I've been out of touch so long. I'm just barely learning a flip cell phone, you know.
Yeah.
I don't even text on it,
Right.
you know. So I'm old school, so
Ben in Dewey, Arizona, and Nikki Love out of Seattle, Washington. Busy out of Nicholasville, Kentucky, maybe. Tampa, Florida, and Yolanda.
I have nothing to do with the new way of things. I don't even really understand. I never partook long enough to learn. You know? So I would have to relearn because I was gone so long.
After the previous interview, Parlin finally gave the detectives a name, Sean Gant Benacesar, a former coach and chemistry teacher who lived 3 hours away from the victims. During their initial interview at his hotel, Gant Benalcazar was quick to crumble under their questions. although he would only admit to being part of Kathy Blair's death. He claimed to only have helped to commit the robberies because he was afraid of Parlin. When he left the room to use the restroom,
Damn. So he had a homie that helped and snitched. It wasn't just him. I thought it was just him. I didn't think he had an accomplice.
the detectives noticed a chilling detail. One of Kathy Blair's neighbors had come to them with footage from a thermal camera he had been trying out the night of her murder. On it, a person could be seen getting out of a car and walking near her house. The body type and gait matched Gant Benalcazar perfectly.
Right.
I mean, you
Well,
do,
here's the
but-
thing. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. What we don't, what we want. So we've gotten to the point right now, based on what you've told us, because as you've seen, regardless of how things ended before, I did listen to what you said. I really wasn't moot, right?
Yeah.
Moved on. I moved on, and I actually followed up on what you told me, and I found out the truth of the matter. Okay, so I know who committed the murders. That's not an issue for me. Okay. That's not an issue that's in question because that guy's already given it up. He's told me all sorts of details and everything. Okay. And so, of course, he's also said some stuff about you, with regards to, well, Tim made me do it, that kind of thing, stuff. So, yeah,
Yolanda, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you so much, guys. We're on the road to 10K, and we need to get to 4K before we get to 10K. So we're getting real close to that 4,000 mark. Let's hit it this stream.
so again, same thing. He tells me something, I come back, I follow up on it. That's it. That's what it is. This is being fair, So that's what we do. And also, if this guy did it, he needs to make sure, he needs to answer for what he did, right? So we need to make sure that is that's taken care of.
Okay.
So we do want to make sure that we get all of the details out, that I understand the relationship between you guys and all of that, between you and your Gant, Sean Gant.
I wasn't even sure of his
right.
name exactly, but
Right. And all of that. So that's why we're here. Because you kind of know it's out there. You know all the things had said. So, and I think I said this before. The main thing that I'm investigating is murder. Okay.
right.
I found my murderer. I want people to help me strengthen my case against the murderer. Okay. So it's important for me to talk to you because I think you can help me with that. Okay. That's something that you can do. Now,
Is it gonna be in my advantage to do it? Is it gonna, I mean, not advantage, that's not the right word. Is it gonna be, you have got my parole officer so scared of me that she wouldn't even come to me the other day. She sent somebody else.
right.
Okay, and I'm not that kind of a guy.
Sure.
I need to know how
Sure.
do I shake
Well,
that?
let me tell you. Okay. And here's the thing. So I've heard a lot. So, and that's what we're, kind of
I've been
I
thinking.
mentioned it on the
Yeah,
way,
I've
and
been
then
thinking.
just as a matter of course that this is what happens. We talk to a lot of people.
Right.
Rena, welcome to the chat. Alice, how's it going today? And Ricardo. What's up, Ricky Ricardo?
We talk to a lot of people in this. Talk to, again, I had before, even more now. So from the last time we talked until right now, I know 1,000 times more than what I knew the last time I talked to you.
Okay.
So
Do you think of me like you did before?
I don't think of you as a killer. That's what I don't.
I think he was trying to say, would it be in my best interest? When he was like, would it be to my advantage?
That's.
I mean, that's not to say you didn't do anything you weren't supposed to. Okay, and you already acknowledged that.
Yeah.
You did there were some things you did wrong. You've done well since you got out of prison. I understand, the situation of, you get stuff, we saw one of the things that I just heard about, we searched, of course, your storage room and stuff. That was
Hey, Giovanni, Gio from Chicago. Welcome to the chat, Chicago.
one of the things we looked at. And someone says they came across some bank's trying to collect a lien against you or something like that. So, you know, it's constantly someone's trying, you know, people trying to kind of keep you down. So,
Right.
so, you know, and we find this a lot of times with offenders and they get released back out. It's hard for them to really turn their life around because the
They
odds
can't get a
kind of
fair shake.
stacked against
I can't
them. Yeah.
never seem to get okay.
Right.
Now this, since I saw you last, I've been thinking about that. Did I fully tell you everything that might have helped you? No.
Correct.
Did we get to that point? We were close.
Right.
Okay.
What's up, Built Different? Shout out Cashville, Tennessee.
Well, we got to the point that mattered, and that was when you told me that when that juice was flowing through my veins, regardless of whether I did it or not, you could make it seem as if I did.
Right.
And that was all scientifically based, you know, on science,
Right.
little pieces.
Hey, y'all, we on 69 likes. Y'all freaky as hell. Hit that damn like button. Get off 69, you freaks.
But I think, you know, humanity came in and told you you needed to know more,
Right.
or you needed more.
Right.
Parlin's motives were hardly altruistic. He originally chose to use Gant Benalcazar for the specific purpose of blaming him for the murders if they were caught.
They put it in the paper that was uncool. Okay, that was very uncool. That's
Well-
going to be hard to deal with for a long time.
Well, here's the thing. I don't see it as uncool because he already told on himself. It's not like a big deal. You know what I mean? I tell people it's not like you're telling on somebody they've already told on themselves. You know what I mean? And usually when I tell people that, when I go, the guy's already.
I didn't like this detective the whole way. I felt like he did a terrible job building rapport, trying to scare him in any way, or like he just did. He wasn't able to crack this guy at all. Maybe it's because he's a hardened criminal, but I don't know. He seemed talkative. He was telling him about a whole bunch of bullshit. I just don't think that cop was able to keep him on track. He was letting the serial killer dictate the conversation.
outed himself totally. You're not saving him. You know.
Reading. I think that's not too far from me. I think isn't that in the high desert, Reading? Shout out Reading. Lodi, California. I've never heard of that place. Ricardo. Hey Ben, thank you for the subscription, man. We appreciate you.
So you know, if it helps you, tell me. You know everything. It doesn't. You know, there's no point in not saying
Right.
saying something at that point.
I thought of something that might be, I don't know if y'all know or not, but I thought of something. And you know, it's really weird. It's hard for me. You got to understand, okay, man to man. I mean, just me to you. I don't care about the cameras or whatever. I don't care about none of that. Just man to man. It was hard for me to do that.
Sure.
But you made it. You should get an Academy Award for that because I've been down for a long time. I've done probably 20-something years in prison.
Right.
And the one thing we learn is you do not do that.
Right.
You see, I mean, that is what keeps you alive in there.
Right.
As long as you know I'm telling you the truth.
Well,
then
what
I'm
you're
in
doing
good
right
shape.
now is you're giving me facts, and I can check facts.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Okay. And then I took him from my hotel to where he wanted to go. And don't know why he didn't want to take his car, but that didn't come up. Okay, so I don't know why. I guess maybe.
Hey Sheena, thank you for those jewels. Ben, shout out Fort Lauderdale.
Webster on
Built different. I thought you was already a sub, but thank you for joining, man. I'm glad you pushed the button tonight.
Being linked to him, I don't know.
Right.
Okay. Don't know of any other involvement. You know, he might have in anything else.
Right.
Okay. I just know that he contacted, and I took him to where he wanted to go. But he called it, when we left, he called it Silver Creek, but that is not where it was that I took him. It's on another street. I don't know the name of the street, but
I took a nap today, Wesley, and I do this because this is my job, man. It's my job to entertain my people 6 to 8 hours a day. You know, if you want to build something, you got to put your heart into it.
Silver Creek is down here.
So tell me.
The street where I took him is on the next block up.
So let's back up. When you took him over there, okay, what was he wearing?
Let me think. I want to say he had on a black, maybe gray pants with a lot of pockets.
Okay.
You know, like the kind with the pockets not in the right spots. You know, like on the outside.
Right.
And I can't remember exactly. Didn't focus that much on it. What shirt it was, don't remember exactly.
Appreciate that, Wesley. Guys, if you want to really help support the channel, definitely think about memberships. It's 99 cents a month, $12 for the whole year. That's cheaper than a McDonald's sandwich to support your favorite content creator. So think about that. If you can afford to do so, please do. If you can't, then I understand. Peace and love. Let's keep watching the show.
It could have been gray or black or dark, green maybe even. Something about that color.
Okay.
Shirt, some type of shirt, dark, and some kind of it was kind of cool at that time. Some kind of a head covering, but I don't remember what exactly.
Remember any details of the head covering? Was it just a stocking cap or a baseball cap?
Kind of sort of, I think I told you already in the interview before, kind of sort of like one of them ones that they wear, like y'all wear when y'all jump in on somebody. If I remember, but it was, if I remember correctly, it was rolled up.
Oh.
So I wouldn't have known.
So like
whenever you roll it down, I wouldn't have known because I never saw it that way.
Okay. But you're saying it looks like
he
something.
Had it like a sailor cap, you know, just like about like this.
Right.
But it appeared to be had rolled up whenever I saw it.
And so I'm not real clear. So what would it be when it was rolled down?
Hey, Rock, welcome to the gang, man. Appreciate your subscription.
It wasn't one of those kind, like the wool kind. It wasn't one of those kind. It was like a pantyhose kind.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? A little bit different.
Right.
The common ones are the wool kind, you know, like you wear on a ship or whatever, or when it's cold, you keep your ears warm. Not one of those kind.
Right.
But he didn't have.
Okay.
I don't remember much about that.
So he trying to snitch. Both guys are putting the murders on each other. The other guy that we found out was his accomplice said he was the murderer and he only helped with the robberies. Now he's saying, you know my MO. I only do robberies. He's the one that did the killing.
So you're going to have to help.
Hey, Manny Man, welcome in. And Johan, how's it going today?
You're going to have to help me out with that. Okay, so it was, so the next time he's in town, right, is after this incident.
I don't remember how.
You guys went somewhere. How did that happen? You went somewhere.
Don't remember that very well.
Well, because there's going to be a problem if you don't remember much, because it's pretty, like I said, the facts are pretty easy to prove, you know, especially in this case, you know.
If it happened, it happened.
Right. We know where people are at and what was going on. We need to know what did he say? I mean, I'm assuming he didn't say, I'm going to go kill some people. Let's go do that, right?
No, I wouldn't have got down with that.
It was never fully determined whether or not Parlin went into the homes with the intent to kill. It didn't fit with his known pattern of behavior. Yet the lack of evidence left behind at the spur-of-the-moment murder would have been almost impossible to pull off. The odds are even more.
That's what I said. Bro was thinking in jail, like, how the fuck did I get caught and how am I going to get away with it last time? Last time he didn't kill the people. He just did armed burglary. So they were able to identify him. So the whole time he was in jail, he was probably like, I'm killing him next time. I'm not leaving no witnesses. And he would have got away with it. But his dumbass wore the jewelry around town. And his friend got caught and snitched on him. So if he didn't involve his friend and didn't wear old lady jewelry and maybe drove a few states over to pawn that shit off, I don't think he would have got caught.
Dropped him off on one street and picked him up on another.
Okay,
Dropped
what
him
street?
off on. It ain't Pegram. It's Brentwood runs this way.
Okay.
The street where I dropped him off comes this way.
No, they got him. He served 10 years for armed burglary. So obviously nobody died if it's armed burglary. You could tell from the charge. I mean, maybe if it was another thing that, like a case they never knew was connected to him, but the cases he got caught for, there couldn't have been a murder in it because he got away or he got out of jail. You know, and at the beginning they said he served from like 93 to 2003 for armed burglary charges. So he's a hardened criminal. He spent a decade in jail. He had a lot of time to think about his master plan. He just was too dumb to execute.
Brentwood School is right here.
Right.
So it'd be this street.
So maybe we can get a map for that. Keep describing, but we'll get a map so we
I
can.
dropped him off somewhere right in here, right up. This is Brentwood Street.
Okay.
I dropped him off somewhere right here, and he wanted me to pick him up on Arroyo Seca.
Okay.
Arroyo Seca. Picked him up on Karen in Arroyo Seca.
Okay. So, and what was he carrying when he came out?
Let me think. A pillowcase. I think he was carrying
Thank you, Jesse. My correction, 07. 07 is when he got out of jail.
a pillowcase. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was a pillowcase. Or some kind of a white cloth bag. And
Parlin and Gant Ben Alcazar should have paid more attention to the bag during the murders. Blood from the bag was transferred to the car, which the detectives used to link them to the crime.
it's kind of like you buy at AutoZone or somewhere.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of like that. They're
So they found DNA in his car from the murder scene, even though they didn't find his DNA at the murder scene.
Specific about?
something about he still heard noise, and then he kicked them.
Okay.
After that, after putting a knife in their face. Now, the how, I don't know. You know, he's just talking like a thread or
Right.
what, I don't know. I'm hearing this from not being
Sure.
in the scene or on the scene.
Yeah.
Put the knife in their face. I had to put a knife in their face. And he went to leave and heard noise or something and came back and kicked them.
Both of them?
That's what he just said, kicked them.
Kicked them.
Came back, went back and kicked him with the boot, like the boot of his. He made a gesture like he used
Like show me.
like he used the boot of his
Okay.
foot on the bottom of the heel of his foot. Kicked him after putting a knife in their face, something like that.
Right.
That I wouldn't know anymore. About any.
So this is real important. Okay, on the Brentwood thing, is of course we have your DNA, we have fingerprints, obviously.
Oh yeah, I
all that
surrendered
stuff.
all that.
But
Gladly.
yes, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I gladly gave you that.
That there would be no reason that we would find any of that stuff
Never.
inside.
Yeah, never,
Okay.
never.
Right.
Never.
And nothing
Never,
we
never.
like triangulate your phone to really great detail.
Yeah,
and you get it
never.
within a few feet. We're not
Never.
going to see you inside the house.
Never. Never left the car, sir. Never.
I'm gonna get a map here, you want another cigarette?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you a cigarette. I'll get some stuff. One of the things I want to do is a map and,
Can I be?
yes, you want to do that right now?
Yeah, because it's starting to get there. It's getting late at night.
I thought when he opened the door, the dude had ripped ass. I was like, is he farting? And then I realized it was the door.
I can tell.
Tim Parlin was found guilty of murder for the deaths of Kathy Blair, Sidney Shelton, and Billy Shelton. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Sean Gant Benalcazar's first trial resulted in a mistrial. He was found guilty of murder in his retrial and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Both
I like when we get a horn on the judgment, man. It always makes me feel happy when I feel like justice was served. I hate those ones that be leaving us like, fuck, bro, they got away with it, or that wasn't harsh enough penalties. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But yeah, definitely that was a good case. Yeah. Guys, if you have any recommendations about cases or things you want to see on the channel, definitely don't join our Discord. Our Discord is where you can submit your recommendations, talk to your community members outside of the chat, and there's a whole bunch of other cool stuff we're going to be doing. We're going to have football Sundays in there. We're just really trying to build this community up. And if you don't know, we have hundreds of hours of content on the channel. We got Ring doorbell reaction videos. We got shorts of your favorite celebrities getting arrested. We got crazy Karens talking racist to the police. We got the police tackling people down in DC. And we got hella Ring doorbell shorts on the channel. Just check out all of our content. I know the live brings a lot of people in, but we have so much more to offer. And when you guys start clicking around on all the different stuff on the page, it's really beneficial to us. Really beneficial to us, and telling YouTube that, hey, this is a community here to stay. And not only should the algorithm support us, but our own natural born community supports us. And it's really good incentives to help keeping the channel grow. With that being said, man, I think we're going to keep it kind of short for this one. It was only a 2-hour stream. You know, we'll be back. I'll say we'll be back midnight my time. Hey, Brooks and Robert, thank you. We'll be back my time around about midnight. I'll probably come back around midnight. I'm just going to hang out with the kids and wife and watch some TV for a little bit, give them some of my attention. But, man, I appreciate all you guys. Oh, yeah, let me send you the Discord link because that shit be fucking up sometimes. All right, the Discord link is in the chat, and then I'm also going to update it in the description of this stream as well. So if you guys don't have Discord, just download Discord. It's an absolutely free app, and then paste this link into the add a server option on the app, and then that'll bring you straight into our community server, and then you can connect with your other people. But thank you guys so much. Shout out to tonight's sponsors. It was Brandon, Marcus, JM, Franklin, and Ombre. Appreciate all you guys so much for sponsoring today's episode. And I hope to see you all tonight at midnight for our late night stream. Try to get some more of our international friends involved. So thank you so much. I love each and every one of y'all. Peace and love.